Come on.
Let's doing it.
Hey guys, this is Justin and Eddie again. We're back with another review, and this is my girlfriend Chelsea, and this is her first review. We're gonna do this review of Poltergeist, and before we get started, we meant to do this again. We did this a couple days ago, but some bullshit came up, so we're now finally doing the review. We just got out of the movie, and talk about a remake that was so unneeded. I went to this movie just like, okay, backstory. Poltergeist, the original film, is one of my all-time favorite movies, so you're going to probably hear me bring this up a lot when I compare this film with the remake, and that's fine. I know a lot of people do that, and I know a lot of people like to judge movies on their own, but this one is going to be hard for me because I am so fucking torn with this film.
Let's go in the middle.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna talk about it here shortly, but for now, I'm gonna let them two talk because this movie.
That movie was bad.
It really was.
It was horrible. Woo! I knew it wasn't gonna be good by judging by the trailers. I'm not gonna go in and anticipate it in this one. I wasn't looking forward to being hit out of the ballpark, but.
Yeah, but you gotta think it had to have some suspense.
It had to have been at least. I mean, I would have.
It actually was because it wasn't nothing.
I would have gave it somewhat okay if it would have at least ended up like kind of like 3, even though 3 was. I'm not saying it should be like part 3. I'm just saying in the likable stance, it could. And I walked out. That 3 was pretty shitty.
See,
it was it was not good. I'm just saying at least it could have been like that. Not shitty, good, but it was still, it was like a 50-50 to me.
See, that's the thing with 3.
I couldn't even get 50-50 out of this one. This one was fucking bad. I mean, even the title that, with the whole shade where it says Poltergeist, that was so freaking stupid. I expected that out of like Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let's see.
Then the other thing too is I never saw 3. I've seen the first one, which is my all-time favorite. The second one, which is
I'm not trying to say that they should have did part 3 in this one. I'm just saying, like, in comparison, if they would have at least make it likable like that, and it wasn't likable, I would have walked out the remake being okay. I knew it was going to be that bad, but at least it was okay. It was not good. But wasn't even wild. This movie was bad. It was like 0%.
This film, look, people, I know a lot of our newer generation isn't aware of the original Poltergeist. I hate to bring this up, but the original Poltergeist to me is one of my all-time favorite horror films growing up. And even to this day, when I watch the film, I can still see that film has aged pretty well. It still holds up as pretty scary, intense, everything. And going into a remake is very hard for me because if it's a movie that I know that, if it's an original film that I really love, it's really hard to go into a remake knowing that I'm going to either not like it or if I'm going to compare it so much. Now, I never saw 3, but I have seen parts of it where, you're talking about the mirrors and shit with the ghost coming out.
Yeah.
When I went to this remake, I just expect it to be just a cash-in, and that's what it is. It's a cash-in. It just copies. It's like a chore list.
It's a cash in, and you want to go beat their ass because you could tell the fucking thing was rushed.
They basically did a chore list. It's like, okay, let's see how we can copy the original so much. Let's take the.
I took 2 piss breaks, and I was already 75% through the movie.
Let's see. We got the whole tree shit. We got the clown. We got the stuff coming out of the mold or whatever, and you have. A lot of the stuff's the same, and the TV shit. Yeah,
they have a lot of the same stuff, but also they leave a lot of the big important stuff. Like I thought the pool thing could have brought it down.
Yeah, that it was a major important thing.
But I'm kind of glad they did because in this movie they don't use practical. Everything's fucking CGI.
I
don't want to see cool shit like that from the original if they're not gonna
do it right.
Do it right. Everything was so CGI. It was pathetic. I could tell
it looked fucking fake.
Computer is beyond repair. They changed everybody's name.
Hang on. When the girl was stepping on the TV, did y'all notice it wouldn't break?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
She
sorry.
stomped on it like 7 times and it wouldn't break.
That looked fucking cheesy.
No, here's the other. They changed everybody's name.
Oh, yeah.
Out of respect,
Oh,
I know
and-
what they did. Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
But not out of respect, I know that maybe the filmmakers' intention was they were trying to pay respect to Heather O'Rourke, who played Carol the original. That's fine, but there's a difference between
They
just
can
changing
still
her
get
name.
another blonde named Carolyn.
Yeah,
Sorry.
But there's a difference between changing her name. They change everyone's fucking name. This is like a
And
completely
they give
different
it.
family.
They all got 2015 names.
Yeah,
You know, something doesn't feel so classic.
Griffin, Amy. Well, I mean,
Let's see what else. Here's one of my thing, and he was laughing in theaters. And yes, you'd think I'm a little nitpicky here.
A little.
Yeah. All right, they go in and buy a $150,000 house, but yet they're broke and both don't have jobs.
yeah.
Who's the right mind would go do that?
And then
They're
they
both
bring-
unemployed. They even said that even all his shit's maxed out, but yet they had $150,000
and then
buy
they
a house
bring-
right out.
Then they buy the oldest daughter a brand new iPhone 5.
5,
Yeah.
yes.
And I'm talking, no, it wasn't a 5, it was a 6.
Yeah,
And
so
then bought
like
him a
brand
drone.
fucking new.
A Hemodrome, and then the wife, something from Pandora, which is just as bad as
It's like a
Tiffany's.
Zales kind of taste.
It's like,
Yeah.
really?
Type thing.
You're buying a house that's probably...
And it shows that he couldn't even buy a $2 trap earlier
Yeah.
in the movie. So,
They're not really-
like, what? Did you go to work and get a paycheck by then?
Yeah, there's a part where he's in the store.
Well, he
and-
does say he
and
steals it, y'all, so maybe he wasn't lying. Who
Maybe
knows?
so.
No, I just.
Unless he got some help or whatever.
He didn't
I
say he
get
stole
what
it. He said he arm robbed a bank. I think.
That's
yeah.
true, yeah.
So there was no, and you could tell
It
by
just-
his laughing.
It sucked all the way around.
This movie-
Everything went wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't even good as his own film.
No,
If there was never a Poltergeist movie, I still would have fell asleep.
This movie, even as its own kind of film, when I'm watching it, I'm just like, why is this still so fucking boring? Because I'm watching
That's what I'm saying. It
and
was boring.
The story is just essentially, okay, move to the house, their shit comes up with ghosts, and girl gets trapped in TV. They go through like this weird world. But the thing is, what's the most important thing about at least some of a horror film is actually showing tension, but also at least having a villain. They didn't even have a fucking villain.
I would have thought it would have been more clever if they would have had a more darker, ghosty like those creatures. The guy in the suit,
Yeah.
in the famous suit.
Yeah.
Obviously he doesn't come in the first one,
He comes in the
the second one.
Yeah.
But we still could have been a change up since he became the iconic look. You know how Jason wasn't in Friday the 13th one? They did it in
Yeah.
the remake. So let's put him in. He's the Jason now of the Poltergeist. He's the face of it. They don't even say that's even going to happen.
This movie-
Let's see what else.
We have the shit with the parents, the daughter, where she's all bitching about her brother saying, "Oh, well, I got a lock on my phone."
I thought
like-
not only I thought was the people, the names were all messed up and stupid. I thought every actor didn't do a good job
No.
of that, or actress. I thought they were all miscast.
Yeah.
They were all not one person did perfect.
I say only.
I thought everybody, like if I was to redo it, not one of them would get their job back.
There's only 2 people I kind of thought were decent. I didn't mind the little boy. I thought he was all right, even though, because honestly, if you look at it, he's kind of like the Carol Ann.
Okay,
of the
yeah.
series.
I want to say this. There's another problem. 70% of the movie, he's Carol Ann.
Yeah.
He is the guy seeing it all, and Carol Ann, or the Carol Ann character, she's just like, hey, oh, you're just lying, or oh, I'm just talking my wall, and I seen too much wall talking. I mean,
well, and you also have, even though he was pretty much miscast, I still thought like some funny parts were coming from Sam Rockwell that were all right, but overall,
I didn't go
agree.
see a comedy though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying like those far in between parts. I'm like, okay, he does his shtick, whatever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't stand the daughter.
Okay.
I couldn't stand the fucking wife. I thought,
the girl was too 2015 hippish.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, with the whole my iPhone. And now with that, really, the movie did very well. Reminded me of Unfriended with the bloop bloop.
yeah,
When she plays on her technology, it started getting that Unfriended feel to it. I'm like,
especially the
Come
part
on
at the
now.
end. Well, toward the end,
Well,
when
with
they're
this
doing the
drone?
drone shit,
Yes.
where you see the ghosts in the background, I'm like, okay, I already saw a movie.
which
similar to
was
this.
horribly CGI'd.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the CGI was pathetic.
Now,
and I like how that's like considered like the cool part. Everybody looks forward to that part in the old Poltergeist, but yet that was like the last 10 minutes, if that.
not even
Yeah.
that.
And nobody literally didn't have to save her. There was no tension of like, oh, we're never getting them back. The boy went in there. He even tells the professionals, these are professionals and professors at universities, and they're like, you can tell they don't know what the fuck they're doing, because a little 10-year-old boy said, we could do this. Oh, we've never done that. Let's try that.
You also have.
I've never thought about it in my fucking life, but yet you guys were professors and you're paranormal
Push back
activists.
on your side.
I mean,
That side.
Sorry.
I mean, really. I mean, am I right about that?
You are right. Because
I mean,
not to you have
A 10-year-old boy knows what the fuck to do, but yet you've been doing it for 30 years, and the boy's never seen this before.
You also notice too how. Remember?
Oh, and he went in there and saved it. Oh, spoiler alert. Got him. You know, they took everything from the mother.
Yeah.
She didn't do shit.
Just
in that
nothing.
movie.
Not the daughter didn't even shit either.
Yeah.
The daughter was okay.
Sat there and cried in the background.
There's no tension. Like all the characters, they don't really have like any life-threatening events happening to them.
No,
you know. Okay, look, I'm not trying to bring up the original again, but I can at least say, as far as horror films, you have to at least show your characters more in danger. You can't just have them have like one little scene, like,
Yes.
oh, it's fine.
Even if they don't die in the original 2 or 3, at least they were able to tear themselves up, and it made them look like they're dead.
Yeah.
But actually, if I recall, the trilogy, people died in the trilogy.
Yeah.
They did.
They lost their life against fighting them, and yeah, especially 3. There, I believe it. I gave some props in 3. They killed a lot of people.
Was there 3 kids in the first one?
Huh?
Were there 3 kids?
Yes.
Yes,
They had
there was the
middle
little
brother.
boy.
All right, he wasn't 10 though. He was more like 15.
Yeah.
She was like 18, and then Carol Ann was only 5, 6.
No, the little boy was.
No.
The little boy.
The
Was there 4 of them?
No, there was 2 girls and 1 boy. The daughter was like finishing high school.
Yeah,
That's
she was
why
already
she was allowed
yes.
to be a little bitch.
Yeah, she was like way up there, already graduating. It was her last year. She
And
said.
then the boy was about like what, 6, 7, or 8?
No, he was like 15, 16, fixing to start driving. Because remember, in the original, he takes off in the car. He's the one that starts driving.
Yeah.
Because
So-
Craig T. Nelson stays behind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen.
Yeah,
the
he's
original. I just thought
already.
he was
He's
really
like
smaller.
no, he's like already like older looking.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, I can't bitch too much with this one because they're supposed to change it up, not do the same thing over and
But
over
still,
again.
it
But it still is one of those little pet peevy things. Like, okay, that's bothering me.
Okay, I'm going to judge it as its own film here in a little bit, but I got to talk about this part. This is what pissed me off. You ever notice like how they do the marketing with this film? How it's supposed to see like the clown is like the main kind of scary looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the movie for spoiler. He's in the movie for about a minute, and they don't even do shit with him. They don't even do shit.
No, what's really weird about that is
It's rushed too.
It ain't that clown that you see in the trailer that they use.
That scary looking
There's
face.
actually 30 different clowns, and they all look like Raggedy Ann dolls, and they just sit there. And that's about as much clown as you get, and then you get him go, ah! That was it. That's where he jumps, that's what you meet him. So, he's not going to be in nothing but, like he said, maybe 45 seconds to a minute in the movie.
And it's at like the very beginning too. The original film, it actually had build up to
Another
it.
thing, why would the house that usually when I moved in places, so you're gonna tell me they all of a sudden left they left the clowns in there?
Yeah, it's like,
And the realtor didn't clean them out like the realtor would clean them out.
it's like really.
Yeah, didn't make no sense.
I don't know. Now, as its own film,
The squirrel thing, they made a big deal of the squirrel, and they don't even use it.
Twice they do that shit in twice where you have fake jump scares. Well, there's more, but I'm just saying the ones I remember those. You have a squirrel coming out. The second part with the mom popping up behind him.
I want to add this to the video because I was really thinking about this. I was waiting to talk about this. All right, you remember how like the bathroom scenes, like we actually was able to get a big giant mirror and see in detail of like the guy something happening to the people.
Yeah.
Okay. Why the fuck did they give me just a sink I couldn't fucking see because it was too blurry? It's a sink, it ain't a mirror, and I was supposed to look and try to focus on that to see the stuff happening to the guy's face. Why couldn't I get a full-blown mirror so your fans can see that? You see how blurry it is when you look at a sink? You gotta look it from a distance, and then it's not like a mirror. It's your face gets faded. Your face is this long, so you can't tell.
Wow.
I was like, really? What? you know, and we don't even get no bathroom scenes. That's also a big thing in 1 and 2 and 3. They made that as an iconic thing, is the whole bathroom scenes.
Nope.
They didn't use them.
And
and no swim pool.
No swimming pool.
Yep.
And the famous line, "They're here," was like...
It was like really poorly executed. I was like, really?
What was it again?
She was like, "They're here." In the original, it's like, "They're here." You know? I'm like, really? That's so fucking poorly done.
Oh, I like how, like, she does, like, she's supposed to, like, already start seeing them at the beginning. They're here, doing all that, but yet she forgets that they exist because she's contradicting her brother when he's the one freaking out. Oh, there is nothing happening. Girl, you're the one that's seen it first.
You just contradicted your own fucking self.
Because you're now saying that he's seeing shit that's wrong, but yet you talk to your wall, you talk to your closet, and then you did that. You're here, they're here, and then yet whenever the brother's getting like, "What's going on, son?" He's the one that's freaking out, and she's looking at him like he's crazy. I'm like, okay.
You also have shit.
So now your story's all thrown all around the place.
Yeah.
So.
Also, one fuck up they do, and we were going back to this, like how, you know how this movie could have been worked better in a kind of a good way?
Brought back Craig T. Nelson.
That, but also make it R. Because, I'm sorry, again, going back to the original, okay, excuse me if I keep bringing this up, but the original film was PG, right? That shit would not fly nowadays. That would be a hard R.
It is actually, because they said if they go back to doing, hey.
Pause
it. If they, whenever they start going back to redoing ratings, because they said they want to, because whenever they're starting to do like where kids can still technically buy these movies, so they're going to do that, and they said that Poltergeist, the original, all 3 of them are going to be rated R.
Yeah.
Well, so we got PG-13. Yeah, you can push the limits on PG-13, but they don't. This was actually a step away from PG. That's how bad this movie is.
There was some parts in the film where you have the weird dude, the camera dude Boyd. He's in the room, and there's a part where a drill is like going back and forth. I'm like, well, okay, if they really had the courtesy, they could actually show that. They don't. It gets close to his head, and then he pulls out. He's like,
hey, is that old or anything I can use this for?
Yes. That was like, I'm like, really? You have in the.
I just had it for lunch. It's like melted.
No. Here's a.
And that's about the only 3D part where they could have shown, but we didn't see it in 3D. We saw it in 2D.
No. Here's my issue. Also, we got a lot of detail, a lot of about the original, the Ghost Crew. We don't get to know them.
No.
We do not get to know them. And then, all right. If anybody's seen Fright Night,
yeah,
the Fright Night series, I thought the guy that was supposed to play the little short girl reminded me of the Van Helsing dude from the Fright Night.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I was gonna bring that.
Don't he?
Yeah.
He does. He doesn't feel like the cool girl. Like, I actually wish they would have gotten somebody that was like her.
Yeah,
because she made that like having that whole crew together of like the Ghost Crew with her made that likable in the original. But like, he's not even likable. He looks like that dude. He reminds me of that dude from Fright Night.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the
remake, the original.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. And then he also was like got a mix with Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Rob Zombie's Loomis.
Actually, you know what I was going to think of? He reminded me of the most? He reminds me of the priest from Exorcist. There's literally a part where the house is coming down, and the dude's like, release it, or something like that. I forgot what the fucking line was. But he's like, really? You're trying to bless the house?
That's why I like the shorter old lady from the original. Because what she did was, she didn't make it like it was Exorcist. She was talking like it was a fucking ghost, a poltergeist. Yeah, he really does that whole, the power of Christ compels. I mean, come on now. I'm like, this is not an exorcism. This isn't a demon. It's a poltergeist.
Yeah. Well, and also too, you have.
Oh, and he's a drunk and he's a smart ass, and they they think they're making me laugh at the whole marriage, marriage thing
with him and that other girl.
Oh, I mean, and then there's a part where Maddie, this also I caught this. This was going to probably be on bloopers. Whenever they were kind of pretty much, I guess, what are they supposed to be dead in the scene? at first, and then they gasp for air or whatever. Nice going. I seen your jaw going.
Yeah, that was so
I caught
fucking.
What was it doing?
Her jaw was moving before
around,
she even.
But they were supposed to scare her parents into being 10. They're dead.
Yeah.
Thinking they're dead. You get the whole emotional scene. You think they're dead, and I seen her jaw moving around.
Ah.
So it's gonna be a blooper. It's a blooper.
Now, as its own film.
I didn't see that part.
And another thing about okay, I'm gonna get to it here shortly, but going back to how it compares to the original film, you know, you also don't get to. You don't get a lot of the history of the house. Remember, you're telling me about how.
Oh yeah, that you talk about.
About that.
You remember more than I do with the whole
ancient burial ground and shit.
The burial ground. You remember more than me.
Yeah.
Than that.
What was your
the history? There's no strong history at all. It's like
You
have some rich bastards just going. Oh, da, 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 da. Here we go. That's the history.
The thing was, it was supposed to be in the original. It was an Indian historical burial ground, not just random cemetery. It was an Indian burial ground.
Or cold. It could be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is an Indian though.
It was like, and the reason I say Indian because they freaking pounded into you that it was an Indian thing in the original movie. That's all they say. It's just Indian burial ground. So then, now in this one, it's just like a random cemetery.
So basically,
it made no sense.
When they make these movies with the whole burial grounds, there's got to always be an Indian or a cult burial ground.
Yeah.
You can't just say, I'm going to stick my house in the middle of Creekmore Park's cemetery and say, well, there's a reason for that they're there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you say there's a reason, but you're not telling us because they said it's random, but then somebody mentions that they were tortured.
And see, that was
so that means they had to have been Indian or the whole cult.
Right.
So why are we not told about that?
And then in the original, it's they actually show them dig up the pool and go under there and look and see body parts and know that it didn't get that the headstones weren't, you know.
They moved the headstones, but they didn't.
Right. In this one, you find a friggin' bone that looks like a pig's butt. I'm not even quite sure what it was. And then that's it. That's the only bones you see until they freaking come out of the ground looking like shit.
That CGI'd again.
It looked like run down crap. It didn't even look like dirt.
No, like, all right, maybe they might have gotten the practical as far as the bones, but when I was paying attention,
one that came
the mud was you could see the CGI mud falling down.
Yeah.
Well, one that came out looked like he had a pig nose. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the mom and the daughter started screaming right when they took off, the dude comes out and he has it looked like a pig nose. I don't know. Anyway, it's just ridiculous.
Oh, I like how remind them again. This is all spoilers. I like how the hell and they're gonna throw the rope, and do all that, and so they have to hold on to get out.
Yeah.
But yet, at the end, he fucking got out without having to use a rope.
That's very contradictory.
She smiles. He got out. He got out himself.
Yeah.
He defeated it in like 2 seconds. He goes, here you go. Then boom, boom. I already know this. I've been through this. Why the fuck if you knew it, why did you not go get Maddie in the first fucking place?
Right.
If you're that good.
Now.
And you let the family go and dick around. Didn't know.
Well, they had to waste minutes of footage,
Yeah, well, they were going back and forth. Who's going to go? Who's going to go? I said the mom. I thought maybe the dad. The son goes, and nobody else does anything. They're just sitting there, and it lasts about 2 minutes. It's over with. It was
very
easy.
anticlimactic.
It was so easy. There was no
stakes.
There was no stakes or higher. Like, oh my God, no, we didn't get him through. All that stuff. He was like, here, hold my hand, Caroline. Oh, you were so easy to find, by the way, woman.
I have to expect.
No shit.
Yeah. So easy. She goes. He walks right in the first fucking 14 seconds. I'm right here, and nobody, not one of those poltergeists even tried to prevent him from getting her. Yeah. He's like, I save you, huh? Dun, 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 dun.
I'm like, really? How convenient is
There's
that?
There's no
this
tension.
This
movie was bad.
It was retarded.
It was
there is one thing too I also notice about this film the most, and did you notice how the entire house is still technically up and it doesn't crash out? Because they fuck up the room, right? The living room. But did the whole house go down? Or wait, yeah, it had the little portal go out.
But I like how the poltergeist was nice enough to let 15 minutes of people to get out of there and then say, all right, is the house clear? Okay, I didn't want to kill them.
Again,
all of a sudden. So let's just crush the house with the whole famous background where you see in the background as they're leaving. I'm sorry, but if I'm a killer, I'm a ghost killer, I'm a poltergeist. If I want to kill you, I'm going to kill you. Not give you a 15-minute head start and let the building fall. I mean, did you guys notice that? How the room collapsed, but that was the only thing that collapsed?
Yeah.
And then he made sure they got happily, nicely in the car, and then he waited and counted down the time, and then go, all right, they got a good head start. Let's just crash the house right now.
It's fucking stupid,
the poltergeist has the most power to do anything he wants.
And what killed me is all that shit was happening and nobody heard it in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh, their
that
neighborhood.
Fucking stupid.
No. Their neighborhood didn't hear it, but whenever they got like 4 blocks, then people start coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, and so who called the cops?
The neighbors, I think.
Yeah, 5 blocks down the road.
5 blocks down the road, because apparently everybody around that house don't live there. It was abandoned.
They're deaf. That's
they're
what
deaf.
it is.
Bunch
Or
of deaf.
blind.
Yeah, they're blind. Probably a fucking Alzheimer's.
Well, we
Bunch
also.
of blind deaf people.
But you know what also holds up throughout the most with the original effects? I'm sorry, with the original movie? The effects that I've watched in those original movies, it still holds up. It's all practically done. And also, it's also a big thing about that film the most, the franchise, there's always a curse.
Right.
The real life people died.
No, this is a big importance right here for me. Alright, why are they the only family that why are they like maybe the 10th, 20th family that moved in this house? Or some shit like that? They were, there was past people living there. They said the past people left their objects. Yeah. But they're the first family to experience that.
Yeah, it's like...
Or, so I'm assuming, because they don't talk about the history of the house.
They don't.
So I'm like, what? They have no history. I mean, and then everybody around the neighborhood doesn't even know that happens.
In the original, if you need to watch it again. But anyway, in the original, he gets a lot of the information before they even decide to move in. Because he goes to the library, remember? And that's where he finds out about the cemetery. Yeah. You don't wait
like you don't
20
get the
minutes after.
You don't get the whole the father going and exploring the answers, and you don't get that. It's just like they went an easy route and said, "Oh, let's just get a paranormal activity people easy." Like first of all, their family laughed about that because they said it was false and all that fake shit. So now you trust it in 1 second.
Yeah.
I expected the same as you. Had the whole father go and do his own, exploration. You get that film in the library. You get that scene in the library, studying, asking people around. You get the whole darkness where the people don't know.
And that's where he learns about the cemetery.
Yeah,
it ain't at a dinner party. It's at the library.
Yes.
See,
dinner party.
I hate
hired.
They changed that out.
You went from dinner party to hiring a paranormal activity group.
Because
and you knew it all. They knew it all. They knew the answers right there.
In the very beginning, when he goes to the library, he finds out about the burial crap and all that. He don't just go out the front door and then go to the college. Oh. It takes him a while to even believe it.
There's a lot of buildup.
Yeah.
He it feels realistic because if something happened in my house, I'm not going to believe it's paranormal activity. But when slowly shit starts going on in my house, I'm going to think about studying my own. I'm going to look it up on the internet. You're going to see me looking at the internet. You're going to see me go to the library. You're going to see build-up. Then I'm going to start asking my neighbors, have something happened before?
I would be too.
You're going to get all that tension, that build-up. You don't get that. It's like...
It's rushed.
Let's call a paranormal activity guy.
It's like, really?
Exterminators. How do you know it was a paranormal in the first fucking place? And not only that, how's the lady going to... the doctor and all that? They talk for 4 seconds of what's going on. Poltergeist.
Yeah, it's like... Really?
Really?
That's it?
Is that fucking easy? Really?
And see, I was telling Justin.
There's no build up on that either.
When they were sitting there and they were like, when the mom and the little boys up there talking to her, and she's like, I don't think I can, but I know somebody who can help us. And I was like, Craig T. Nelson would have been perfect.
Yeah.
To be brought back because one, they're bringing back somebody from the original.
Hey, maybe they could have pulled a whole Star Trek thing on it. With the whole Star Trek and have him as the new paranormal activity.
Yeah.
Well, he's already been through it, so that would work.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
This is considered a remake. All right, they thought that Star Trek was going that route, but then they did the whole bringing back
tying it in
instead. So they brought back the cast.
Right.
Maybe they could have respected the first 3 of the trilogy, and
And
kind of
even
go their now they can go to their own route in the future, but let it go, showing that hey, we're going our own route because we brought Ted Nelson as the Paranormal Activity guy.
And even if it wasn't him, it'd have been cool if it was like Caroline's brother,
Well,
somebody from that original family.
They could have got a girl that looked like Carol Ann, older version.
And been like, all right, I've been through this. Let's
I beat
do
him
it.
before. I know
right.
who he is.
Yeah.
Something,
But then again, you got to add so much to it because then she goes, I know who he. She'll say, I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't even get a he in that because all it was dead bodies. Going, help me, help me.
Yeah, it's like
there was no villain. You didn't see nobody. The reason why they're holding those people down, you didn't see that. Those people are being held down by somebody. And they don't even show it because they said it was that easy. The dude went in there, 14 seconds, saved their lives.
yeah, it's like really.
There was no villain.
So
There's no villain you had to
fucking
fight.
anticlimactic.
Okay, so why were they being held down? If there ain't nobody bad hold me down, I think I can get to like my fucking self.
Right.
That's so anticlimactic because it's like, okay, if you want to put, I know it's a first movie, but still, you can at least make things more interesting by actually having a better climax and actually have, more than just dead bodies, actually do shit. The original film had trees, a clown, and they didn't just do them in just one scene. They had them everywhere.
It was a long build-up.
Yeah.
It was a good build-up. That's what I like the original.
When they went under, their screen's cracked. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I dropped it.
When they went under, when he went to go find her and then the dude went to go find them, it looked like a pool.
Yeah.
It looked like water. Not
Fucking in the garage or whatever, it's just a little puddle. It's like, really? That's the closest you're gonna get for the swimming pool scene? It's fucking stupid.
They lacked the whole scene, the skeletons in the mirror.
Yeah.
They did that wrong.
They didn't do the pool
at
all.
Oh man, I can go on for 25, 30 minutes of what they didn't do.
And that's half the movie.
And that's
here's what they also did.
Oh yeah, it was shot really fast. It was rushed. It was also a very short movie.
That too, and also the only praise I kind of give it is like when she has her hands on the TV. Those visuals are okay.
was pretty cool.
That right. What he said was the only thing they did right. The only thing. In fact, what I mean by only, when they introduced the title of the movie, that was even the worst, poorly shot
title.
It looks
I don't
like
even see it.
Signs.
Then I look over and it looks like it says Poltergeist, but it looks like a fucking what I'd see in, like I said,
Signs.
Peter Pan
Or signs.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, really. I mean, the movie wasn't even dark. I thought that Poltergeist movie, I feel like a more dark gothic feel to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get that because it felt like I seriously thought I was going to run through a field of sunflowers. It was that bright.
Yeah.
When somebody sings in the background, bright sunny shiny day.
I feel like I'm glad we didn't see it in 3D because we saw this shit in 3D. Like you're wearing right now, that's how it would have been. It's like sunglasses. That's it.
Yeah, now a few other things. I think it's pretty bad, pathetic. Really, if that movie was so pathetic that if that was real, I would probably crack open a beer and then get some popcorn and watch it happen.
Yeah.
Because it really didn't scare me. That movie was.
No, it's all.
I sat here like this, like I actually was back by 20 minutes in. I was already wanting the movie over with. I was like, please be over with. So,
I almost fell asleep.
I know. I was sitting there.
You're leaning over me.
All right. Usually in movies, when I really want to see a movie and it's got entertainment and if it's something, even if it kind of pisses me off, I try to hold my pissing.
Yeah.
Because I really fucking don't want to miss any little thing.
Not on this one. You went
Not
like
this
twice.
Twice.
Not only if I have to pee, I will go do it, even though I wish I don't do it. You'll see me run. I did the first one, giving it some hope, but then that second one, I was like strolling down the stairs. Fuck it, I ain't gonna miss nothing.
You were saying.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to my ratings again. I give it an 0.5. 0.5 out of 10.
Fuck.
And I give it, maybe, I'll go ahead and change half a star out of 5. I'm gonna go with 5% and F minus.
Yeah.
5%.
F.
5%. Out of 100%, 5%. It was that bad. I will never watch it again. I don't want it in my house. I won't buy it.
No, I'm with you, man. I guess I still hate the film. Don't get me wrong. It still pissed me off, but there's only like a little bit of things I probably had more than you did, but that's it. I really hate the fucking movie.
In case we have any famous people out there and people that deal with the whole comparing, want to sell the movies together, keep your fucking piece of shit movie away from the first 3.
Yeah.
Let us buy if we want to, which I don't. That's why I want your movie separate from when I buy the package. Because I want the first 3 as an iconic package, and then yours as a fucking toilet paper. There you go.
What about your
Do
thoughts?
you feel better?
Yeah.
See, and
I'm
you.
giving it less than both of y'all because it was stupid.
So what would you put it?
I'm almost.
Less than half.
Probably like 0.
Yeah.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Not even half a star. And visuals, please. My grandma can make a better movie than that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a couple. That's it.
Oh damn, she needs to see Unfriended then.
Yeah.
Because the Poltergeist did have better visual than Unfriended.
Fudge. Did
Yeah.
that? Thank you. No.
But anyway,
I wouldn't even see Unfriended. Yeah.
we'll be back next time with San
San
Andreas, and so
3D.
we're seeing that in 3D this time.
Yep.
So until then, I hope everyone has a good rest of your week, and it was good that you got part of this too. And
Yeah.
I will.
Oh no. We might do a review together. He hadn't seen it. I have.
What?
I seen Avengers 2.
I still got to watch that.
And
Don't
I might
remind me.
do the review with him, even though this movie, when we go in talking about it, we didn't go see it at the same time.
Yeah. So we'll do that. I'll get back to you on that. But anyway, I hope everyone has a great week, and we'll see you on our next review, which will be San Andreas. See ya.